my goodness. Hello. Hi. Welcome back. It's been a bit since I last made a video, and I am so sorry about that. I got a cold because I have almost no immune system because my body hates me and I'm very sick. Went in for a checkup, got back, had a cold because somebody vaguely coughed in my direction. So I've been a slug in my bed. It has not been fun. If you're on my Discord server or my Twitter, you've probably seen me screaming constantly about being tired, about my horrible red eyes and runny nose. But hey, what's up? I'm back. Hi. Quick update though. On the 18th through the 3rd, I will be out of town, and because I got sick, I didn't have time to make extra content to upload weekly. Woo. So sadly, those 2 weeks, I will not have any videos uploaded. I'm so sorry, but I got sick, I did not plan properly, and yay. And I don't have like any laptop or anything that's, powerful enough to record anything, and I can't bring my mic because my mic is expensive and high-powered, and I don't think any security would let me bring it onto a plane at all, and it would probably get broken in the process of trying to get flown. So sorry about that, but I will be updating my Instagram with just stuff happening over the 2 weeks. I'm visiting my grandparents. I have not spent any holidays with them in the past 2 years, so kind of important to me to do all of our usual traditions since I haven't been able to in a very long time. Anyways, so I was going to do a completely different video, but I keep seeing videos pop up on my dashboard, whatever, on YouTube, where people will review a channel, which is fine. You can review a channel if you want, I don't care. But they will usually review something like Storytime, Animation Person, or those animation meme things, and they will just completely beat the utter crap out of this poor artist, and it sucks, and I don't like it, and it has made me so mad. These people will go on and on about giving criticism when it's not criticism at all. And on this video, I wanted to talk about what makes good art and bad art. And obviously, this is still a preference, this is still an opinion, because what truly makes bad artwork comes down to an opinion. So here's going to be my opinion on it, and if you don't agree with it, that's fine. I really do not mind if you do not agree with me, totally fine, but I did want to get my word out there, especially because a lot of my audience is so young. It breaks my heart seeing so many of them comment and say something like, oh, I love your artwork, but my artwork's just the worst, my artwork sucks. And it breaks my heart. I really wanted to make this video to talk about this and explain my feelings on the matter. So let's sit back, get some tea, let's hang out, and just have a nice chat. So on these videos, I constantly see people post about their opinions on the person's art versus an actual critique. A lot of the opinions I see are they don't like the eyes, they're too big, the anatomy's quote-unquote funky, the animation isn't real animation. Whatever it may be, they don't like it because it's somehow incorrect to them, and I don't view that as criticism. I mean, some of these people will go as far as to say, hey, you should give up on art. I've legitimately seen 2 reviews of Storytime Tellers where the person will say, you should give up on art. And that's the worst thing you could ever say to an artist. I do not view lack of skill as bad art. I don't, ever. I never will. If you're going to criticize a video that somebody's made with their artwork, I feel like you should break it down to actual constructive criticism versus just, oh, the eyes are kind of big, it's not real animation, well, actually, I'm just not a fan of the color scheme. To me, that's just not criticism. A really nice viewer offered me his artwork as an example of what some people might classify as quote-unquote bad art, and he was more than willing to let me check out his artwork and, look at it, review it, and talk about the things I like, and give any criticism that I wanted to give, which was super sweet of him, super nice. This person was so nice to talk to, and biggest shout out to them. Their username is Darkstone Commentary. Super, super nice person. Really recommend going and following them. Their artwork is just really, really cute to me. So they gave me a few pieces of artwork that I'm able to look at, review, etc., etc. So here are some of the art First off, I just want to say that I really love the color schemes that they use. Super good, really nice, very nice muted colors. They aren't too vibrant that like they hurt your eyes, which is a thing that I noticed that a lot of new digital artists do. I did that. Here are some examples. Wasn't a great time, but they have very nice color schemes. Very, very nice. I really like this piece. It was a fan art of a streamer. Now, what I would say as any criticism would be is to maybe make the arms a bit less thick, make the wrist a bit bigger. I don't know if they were going for somewhat of a blocky style, because if that's what they're going for, they're doing a pretty great job. But if not, I would really recommend just trying to like make some of the limbs a bit thinner and like give them a nice shape to it. That way they look more like limbs. But this is also up to style preference. I have seen plenty of artists do the like thin arm with really, really big palms, etc., and completely up to preference. I think this art is really nice. I really genuinely like this art. It makes me happy. It makes me smile. This is very clearly a new artist, and I think they're doing an absolutely amazing job at what they're doing. It looks so good, so nice and polished. The line art is very clean, very nice looking. It's very easy to read what is happening in the image, and I really, really like that. It looks good. It makes me happy. And I think that's where a lot of people seem to classify artwork as bad when it's lacking of skill, which again, I don't count. I do not count that. I have had plenty of people come at me for my own artwork and classify it as bad, terrible, whatever you want to say, because I draw some women to quote unquote masculine, or I draw them to unrealistic, I guess, which, okay, I'm not trying to, but you know, explain how. Lots of other reasons where they don't go in depth. It's just like, hey, this is bad because of these reasons. And I'll always ask, like, all right, well, what's wrong with it? Like, how can I improve it? It's bad. The girl's too manly, or the guy's too feminine, or whatever. It's just unrealistic. And I'm like, okay, all right. Which I don't view as criticism. I see tons and tons of young artists that are new to the platform, and they have their own unique style now and they're working on it. Lots of people will just take a big ol' massive poop on them because their artwork is new, they're learning things, and, you know, in the process of learning, their artwork is lacking in technique, which isn't bad. It means that they're learning. There are tons of things that I can't draw. I'm not the best at backgrounds. I'm pretty bad at inanimate objects, which I'm trying to learn to get better at, because even when I look at it, I'm like, that's not good. Other people will look at that artwork that I don't like and say, I like that. That's cute. I enjoy this. While as in my personal opinion, I think it looks bad. A lot of artwork ends up coming down to preference, I feel, because you can look at a piece and another person could look at a piece and you could have two completely different emotions from it. Let's like bring up the argument of the artwork at museums that looks like it's just like one big slab of paint on like a canvas. And plenty of people will be like, yeah, I could do that. That's not good artwork. That sucks. That's terrible. While there are tons and tons and tons of people that will look at the same piece of artwork and they will feel something. They will really enjoy it. They will see the meaning behind it. One of the really nice paintings that I saw was one that looked like a pure black canvas, but it was actually comprised of many little bitty dots of like the darkest value of a color. So like really dark blues, really dark reds, really dark browns, blah, 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 blah. But to somebody who just stared at it really quick, they'd be like, yeah, that's ugly. That looks bad. That's just a black canvas. That sucks. While people that take the time to look at it and understand it and read it are like, wow, that's really cool. I really like that idea. That's super cool. And I believe it was called like The Last Painting or something like that. I could be wrong. I'm gonna try and find it and post it somewhere if I can. But I really liked the piece. I thought it was really cool. I love the concept. Super, super cool to me. And these are the type of paintings that, again, so many people will look at and be like, that's stupid. I hate that. That looks terrible. And I feel like it's the same concept with new art. They'll look at it and be like, yeah, that's ugly because they lack skill. While as I look at that and I'm like, I love this. This is amazing to me. The artists very clearly put in a lot of work, a lot of thought, and even though they lack certain techniques, they are really trying their best, and I think that just is amazing and it shows through their work. You can be one of the very best artists in the world, which by the way doesn't exist because again, art's a preference. But let's say you happen to be one of the greatest, like the old masters, as many artists call them. I can look at those pieces and I can just think like, I mean, it's okay, I guess. It's all right. while others absolutely love it. I've seen tons of artists that are in game design, and I've looked at their artwork and I'm like, ooh, you got the anatomy wrong. Oh, that eye does not belong there. Oh no, what have you done? But they work for a company and they're getting paid because the company likes their art. They like the style, they like how they do things, while as somebody like me, who might not like the style and think that it looks kind of weird, other people will look at the same piece and be like, I love that, that's amazing. Now here comes the big question. What do I personally consider bad art? Well, what I consider bad artwork is artists that create art that is inherently harmful to people. Like burning minorities or really disgusting artwork of minors that should never be drawn. I think you know what I'm talking about. Or people that trace and steal art and just things like that. That's when I consider it bad art. There's a YouTuber that's going around who's been called out constantly for tracing artwork. You probably know who they are. If not, you'll find them eventually. They trace artwork constantly. They're really gross. They're just a creep to their viewers. I consider their art bad. I consider them as a person terrible. That's what I consider bad art, is when you are creating something intended to harm others, or you're just tracing it because you have no value in art, no love, and you just want to make a quick buck. That's not okay with me. That isn't to say that tracing or referencing is inherently evil, especially if you're using it for learning purposes. If you're tracing a piece just to understand how something works, that's fine by me, especially if you're not going to post it. And of course, semi-realism paintings or realism, where you just have to reference. If you are a new artist and you look at your artwork and you think, well, this is terrible, because it's clearly not as good as insert person you idolized here. Your artwork isn't bad. It's not. It really, really isn't. Just because your artwork doesn't look like somebody else's does not make it bad. You should not try to be another artist. You should try to be your own artist. There are tons of people, again, that comment and say that they feel bad that their art does not look like mine, or that they wish they could draw like me. If you feel that way, I'm really sorry. I can rest assured that your art is really, truly amazing. You're doing an amazing job, and I really, really want you to continue working and creating really amazing, fun art. Even if your artwork is vent artwork, anime, whatever it might be, it's amazing. It's great. I've done my share of anime artwork. I've done plenty of gore vent art just to get frustrations out. I would consider those pieces bad because they're my own, while other people I've shown and they're like, wow, that's really good. I love that. And that just goes to show you that just because you don't like your own artwork doesn't mean that somebody else isn't going to love it. There are going to be tons of people that look at your artwork and are going to be jealous, love the skill, love what you create, and think that it is absolutely amazing and beautiful. I really do not think somebody should give up on artwork just because they do not have enough skill or talent, if you want to call it that, as the person they idolize. Because at the end of the day, the artist that you idolize probably thinks their own artwork is complete garbage. And we're all just trying to go through this life figuring out how to draw, what to create, and making something we're proud of. And I think that's amazing. I think that's beautiful that you can create something unique and amazing that you invented. If you want to make a neon rainbow unicorn anthro half demon god thing, you do it, man. You have fun and create something that you like. Have fun with art. That's the entire point of it, is to create emotions, create something unique, and in no way is doing that bad. Creating something fun and unique isn't bad. It's just having fun. Let me say this again. Lack of skill does not equal bad artwork. Even if your anatomy is not perfect, your shading is a little blotchy, you make eyes a little bit off-centered, that's fine. If you're still trying to improve and get better at it, that's amazing. You should always strive to improve. But don't give up on artwork just because it doesn't look just like the artist you admire. Because at one point in that artist's life, they were sad that their art didn't look like the artist that they admired. Keep improving, keep creating, and keep doing what you love. Because at the end of the day, your artwork is never going to be bad. It just isn't. You might look back on it and think it's bad, but currently your art is not bad. It's amazing, and you're amazing. So long as you're not tracing people's artwork or, drawing people being burned alive, I really do not think that your artwork is bad. And that's my own opinion, that's my own thought. But for anybody out there that makes videos criticizing other YouTubers and their artwork, please be kinder. Please try to be objective about it and don't just point out things you personally do not like. I feel like you should instead give compliments on the things you do enjoy and give suggestions instead of just saying that it's bad. No matter who you are, what you make, you are amazing for whatever you create. You are still learning, and you should not beat yourself up about that. You should be proud of what you have created and how far you have come. You're still leaps and bounds from where you started, and that's amazing. And you should always be so proud of that. And I am proud of you for continuing to create artwork and trying to improve every day. Please don't beat yourself up just because your art does not look like your idol's. Anyways, that's what I had to say about this video. I'm sorry if it got kind of rambly and long. I'm just trying to speak from my heart and explain how I feel, and hope that maybe some new artists can watch this and feel better about their own work. Always remember, please stay safe and drink some water. I will see you next time on the next video. Also, a big shout out to all my Patreons. You guys are super duper amazing. I love you guys. You guys are just the best people ever. Big shout out to Izzy and how they have been supporting me for months and months and months. I love you. You should go and follow their content. They're super amazing. I love their artwork. They are such a nice person. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. They are my $10 tier, and for anybody that wants to join my Patreon, that'd be cool. But if you can't, that's totally fine. I get it, man. But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you to my Patreons. I'm gonna skedaddle.